What's going on, everybody? I'm Matt Harmon. If you're watching this video, that means that the 2024 Reception Perception in-season rookie report is live on the site. This is our most popular in-season feature over at receptionperception.com. It's where I give you a sampling of what these rookie wideouts are doing so far in the NFL. If you follow my work, you know this is, I believe, some of the most important information we can gather about these rookies, because what they're doing in the NFL is infinitely more valuable and, honestly, in my opinion, trumps what we saw from them as prospects. So the in-season rookie report data is definitely even more valuable than some of the prospect profile data over at receptionperception.com. I'm going to give you all a little sample of what the rookie report is all about by going through the profile and the information on Chargers wide receiver Ladd McConkey, who currently leads all rookie wide receivers in yardage. We're going to go over a lot of information in his reception perception charting that shows you why he has become that player. Before we get to that, I just want to highlight the other players that you can find in the RP rookie report right now. In addition to Ladd McConkey, you're also going to find full reception perception data, charts, evaluations on Keon Coleman, Rome Odunze, Malik Neighbors, Xavier Legette, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Coker, Adonai Mitchell, Jalen Polk, Ricky Pearsall, Devon Vele, and Luke McCaffrey are currently in the RP rookie report. So with that, let's get into Ladd McConkey, Chargers wide receiver, second-round pick, somebody that I really liked as a prospect. Let's pull up his reception perception in-season rookie report charts to dive into this. What you see immediately is a lot of green on this chart, man. I'm just going to get right down to it. He is for sure the biggest riser to me coming out of this process. I liked him a lot as a prospect. Like I said, he was about wide receiver 6-ish in this class to me. Man, he's going to outproduce a lot of the guys drafted ahead of him. I'll just say that. Some players that I had ranked behind him, some players I might have even had ranked ahead of him. I think McConkey is going to be better than those guys in the pros. Explosive and refined receiver. I think when you watch him, you can feel Justin Herbert's trust in him. We should be quite excited to see how high he can fly. But let's go over some of this data. Let's specifically talk about his alignment, because I think that's going to be key. Ladd McConkey, yes, he is a slot receiver. In terms of his reception perception rookie report, he was inside on 63.5% of his sample snaps. By the way, all reception perception in-season data for this rookie report comes from a 4-game sample. So 167 snaps, he was inside on 63.5%, 3% in the backfield. He was off the line of scrimmage on 66.5%. So he is a primary slot receiver for sure, but not a slot-only player. I would certainly say he falls in the bucket of slot mostly, does Ladd McConkey. And the reason that I think he's a slot mostly, not a slot-only receiver, is a lot of what you see from this route tree right here. 75.8% success rate versus man coverage for Ladd McConkey. That was number one among all the rookie report players. 90% success rate versus press. Now, it was only a 10 route sample size. His usage, his utility in this Chargers offense as that slot player gets him a lot away from press coverage. They get him reps in motion, so he's not seeing a ton of press, but when you do see him go against press man coverage, he rips it apart. Also an 80% success rate versus zone. James and I have been talking about this on the podcast lately, and I think Ladd McConkey perfectly encapsulates it. These guys who are slot players, we need them to be 80+% success rate versus zone coverage players, because if you're going to play inside, you're going to see more zone coverage. Ladd checks that box, but it's the guys who beat man coverage at these very good to elite rates. 75.8% would certainly categorize as very good in reception perception history, if not great. Those are the players you talk about with really high ceilings. Ladd McConkey, not just a little bunny hop slot player. He is absolutely a downfield route runner. Again, to look at some of this route data that we see from him here, dig routes on 21.4% of his routes, out routes on 9.2%, curl routes on 19.4%. Relative to the NFL average, those are the 3 routes in his rookie report sample that he is running above the NFL average, running at a really high rate. He has an awesome success rate on all 3 routes. You see that he wins downfield, posts, corners, nines. He can get you on a comeback, which he runs at a rate at the NFL average, 100% success rate on the comebacks. Ladd McConkey is just a sick player. He has checked a lot of boxes in his rookie report data. Let's pull up his prospect profile real quick before we get into some of the film that I want to show you on Ladd McConkey that sort of embodies a lot of what we're talking about here. So when we look at Ladd McConkey from a prospect profile standpoint, we're seeing a lot of the same things that we saw in his rookie report sample. We're seeing a guy who, this was the whole thing with McConkey. People want to stereotype him, and I'm just going to say it. People stereotype him because he's a white slot receiver, but if they did that in the draft process, they absolutely were not watching this guy play, and he's already dispelled that notion in the NFL. In college, he was running a lot of digs, running a lot of posts, out routes relative to the prospect average. He was successful in posts and outs and curls and all these routes. He's not just, like I said, some bunny hop slot receiver. And I actually want to pull up his, let's go back to his in-season rookie report data here real quick, because I want to make this point on him relative back to the prospect profile. This all loops back together. Look at this screen route percentage here, 1%. Flat route, 2%. Even slants, it's not crazy high at 19.4%. So all of that, these are the routes he's running. He's a downfield route runner with a 75% success rate versus man coverage. Those are the type of guys we should get really excited about, because he's running high degree of difficulty routes and he's showing an ability to win and separate. And it's not just that, by the way. He also checks in with an 83.3% contested catch rate on 23.1% of his sampled targets. And this guy is a menace after the catch as well. He's in space on 63% of his catches sampled, and he broke multiple tackles on 25%. That was another skill that we saw in college. We saw him be a guy with fantastic hands, even in tight coverage, and we saw him make plays in the open field after the catch. So great stuff all around from Ladd McConkey in his rookie report. Again, you can find this exact information on the website, receptionperception.com. It is on the homepage right now. You can find this write-up on Ladd McConkey. You can find Marvin Harrison, Brian Thomas Jr. You can find Keon Coleman. You can find Roma Dunze, Malik Neighbors, Xavier Legette, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Coker, Adonai Mitchell, Jalen Polk, Ricky Pearsall, Devon Bailey, and Luke McCaffrey. This is our biggest rookie report in Reception Perception website history. Let's just dive into the film here real quick so that we can see some of these plays and some of the traits I'm talking about with Ladd McConkey. Let's first pull up this first play here from the Saints game earlier this season. Ladd is inside, top of your screen here as the slot receiver. This is one of my favorite plays of his all season. It's his first touchdown from this game. I think you see multiple skills here on this one. Let's let the play out, and then we'll talk about it here. Number one, wins off the line of scrimmage right there. And I think this play is not, it might be designed to go to him as the shot play, but you also notice that first, Herbert is going to read out this dig on the bottom of the screen to, I believe, Semi Fehoko is the player there. Maybe that's the first read. Well, I think this is a designed shot play to Ladd McConkey. If Herbert likes to look, and he loves to look, like he barely looking at that thing, and then he just hits the top of his drop back, and he just rips this to McConkey, who wins in tight coverage and then makes plays after the catch. This is what I'm talking about when I say that you can feel Justin Herbert's trust in Ladd McConkey. He barely, let's look at it again. He barely ever even looks towards Ladd's side of the field before letting this pass rip. Again, read the dig, hit the drop back, and just let it rip. He knows that Ladd is going to be there. He trusts him to be where he is supposed to be, and he knows he's going to win against man coverage and win a tight contested ball there, and again, rip a play after the catch. That's special stuff from him. Want to show another route against man coverage. This was in the game we just saw against the Baltimore Ravens where the Chargers lost, where, by the way, let's get Ladd McConkey 10 targets in this game. I know he's dealing with an injury. That is something to watch with him. He has come up with some nicks across the course of the season. But overall, great player. Should have been more involved in this game plan, at least in my opinion. You know how this game ended, pushing passes to Josh Palmer and Quentin Johnson. Let's see more Ladd McConkey. So again, he's the on-ball slot receiver on this play. Man coverage, press coverage from Marlon Humphrey, immediately wins off the line of scrimmage, and there's just no chance here for Marlon Humphrey. This is one of the rare moments where McConkey goes down actually on first contact. But again, this is what I'm talking about. Player that can win against man coverage on the inside on critical down and distance situations. Big time play from Ladd McConkey against man coverage there. This next one, again, I want to show the ball skills of Ladd McConkey. Again, let's find him on the play. He is the slot receiver at the bottom of the screen. This is another moment where we're going to see him win a tight coverage play We've got the guy pretty close to him here, but doesn't matter. McConkey, size, it's okay. He's going to win against Mike Hilton here in coverage on a tight contested pass, high point the ball. We love to see this from Ladd McConkey because it's the explosive route running, yes, but it's also that ability to go up and win the football that's been key for him all season long. This is what I'm talking about. A guy that is not a little bunny hop slot receiver, somebody that can really win in the intermediate and downfield area. Don't put artificial ceilings on this guy's game. He is a downfield ball winner in addition to being a high-end separator. Final play I want to highlight here. This is obviously, I think, the biggest question I've gotten about McConkey, I'm sure other people have, is can this guy win outside? We're talking about him as a main slot receiver, right? 63% slot player in his reception perception sample. But I'm telling you guys, if you can win against man coverage on 75.8%, you can get that kind of success rate. I don't think this is a slot-only player. I don't think this is someone who has to line up in the slot, and these are the type of plays I'm talking about here. So Ladd McConkey is the outside receiver here on the line of scrimmage at the top of your screen. And just real quick, Titans defense is good. I know people, oh, Tennessee Titans. Yeah, Titans have a good defense, good defensive line. The secondary plays pretty disciplined football here. So letting the play out, immediately win off the line of scrimmage, come back, separation at the top of the route. Herbert's right there. It's on time. Everybody's on the same page. He runs after the catch to pick up some more yards here. So it's a play-action play. We went off the line of scrimmage. Herbert, again, is looking towards this side of the field, it looks like here. All right, are we taking this to Quentin Johnson? Are we maybe going to, let's see if this corner route plays out? Well, that's not there. We get back to Ladd McConkey, who is right where he's supposed to be. Run after catch, pick up some more yardage here. I can tell you guys this for a fact. Justin Herbert is one of these guys who, as a quarterback, he likes players to be where they're supposed to be. He likes guys to be, okay, this is supposed to be an 8-yard route. It breaks at 8 yards. Break it at 8 yards. Some other quarterbacks are a little bit more fast and loose with the route breaks and timing and tempo and things like that. Herbert's a guy that likes players to be where they're supposed to be. I think that's why he loves Ladd McConkey's game. Again, to talk about that Saints play where he rips the big touchdown, he trusts that McConkey's route is going to be right where he's delivering the football. That's exactly what we saw. That last play we just highlighted there, he knows he's breaking that corner off to come back on the curl. He's going to be right there. The ball arrives with anticipation. Herbert is a great anticipatory passer. McConkey is a great route runner who's right where he's supposed to be. That is an awesome marriage with Ladd McConkey and Justin Herbert. Like I said, after the rookie report data was charted, after I charted that out, watched all the film on him, Ladd was a guy who I just shot up my dynasty rankings. I honestly am probably not even done jumping him up. He right now is in my third tier of receivers. Shoot, soon enough, you might get into a higher conversation than that. I could not be more excited about Ladd McConkey's game coming out of the reception perception in-season rookie report, which make sure you check it out on the site. I think you guys are going to love the information there. Tons of players in the reception perception in-season rookie report. Right now, there's 14 players once Luke McCaffrey gets added in there, which should be pretty soon. So, yeah, a lot of good players you guys can check out. Like I said, this is the most valuable data you're going to get on these guys. What they're doing in the NFL just matters so much more than any of your old prospect takes. And I think a lot of the reception perception prospect data ages pretty well into who these guys are as players in the in-season rookie report. Ladd McConkey certainly did. A guy that can beat man coverage, can win from multiple alignments, has great hands, and is a menace after the catch. So Ladd McConkey is firmly on the rise for me coming out of the reception perception in-season rookie report. That's all for now. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, tell me your expectations for Ladd McConkey and maybe some of the other takes from the RP rookie report that surprised you. For now, subscribe, like, check out receptionperception.com. I think you're going to love the information there. For now, that's it. See y'all next time.